Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. This is your number one destination for World Cup 2026 match breakdowns and highlights. So hit that subscribe button right now and let's get into it, because we have a statement performance from one of the greatest players in the history of football to break down from New Jersey. France absolutely dismantled Sweden 3-0 at the New York, New Jersey Stadium on Tuesday night in the round of 32. And Kylian Mbappé, the French captain, the PSG superstar, arguably the most complete footballer on the planet right now, was absolutely unplayable. 2 goals, 18 World Cup career goals in total, level with Lionel Messi in the Golden Boot race with 6 goals at this tournament, and a France team that is now looking more and more unstoppable with every single match they play. Mbappé broke the deadlock just before halftime. Bradley Barcola scored a stunning solo goal in the 53rd minute. And then Mbappé came back for seconds in the 74th minute to seal a dominant, clinical, utterly convincing victory. France are in the round of 16. Sweden are going home. And the entire football world is on notice. Les Blues are coming. Let's break it all down. Before we get into the goals and the brilliance, let's understand what both these teams brought into this round of 32 encounter. France, 2-time world champions, winners of all 3 of their group games, 10 goals scored, and only 2 conceded across the entire group stage, arrived in New Jersey as heavy favorites and the tournament's most talked about team. Under Didier Deschamps, who has already confirmed this will be his last World Cup as France manager after 14 extraordinary years in charge, Les Blues had been nothing short of sensational. Mbappé with 4 goals. Dembélé with 4 goals, including that magnificent hat trick against Norway. Michael Olise as their most creative force in midfield, providing assist after assist in this tournament. And a French defensive unit built around William Saliba, fit again after resting against Norway, and Dayot Upamecano that had been solid and commanding throughout. This was a team built to win a World Cup, a team loaded with quality in every single department, and a team playing with the momentum and the belief that comes from winning every match convincingly. Sweden, on the other hand, had reached this round of 32 as one of the 8 best third-place teams and were massive underdogs. But they arrived in New Jersey with real attacking quality in Viktor Gyökeres, Alexander Isak, and Anthony Elanga, and Graham Potter had spoken about the need to produce a performance of a lifetime to topple France. The stage was set at one of the most iconic sporting venues in North America, and the atmosphere inside MetLife Stadium was absolutely electric. Sweden actually started this match with real energy and intent. Isak had a shot on goal inside the opening 3 minutes that Mike Maignan had to deal with, and for a brief period it felt like the Swedes might actually be capable of disrupting the French machine. Potter had set his side up in a courageous 3-4-3 formation, pushing Elanga wide and giving Gyökeres license to roam from a more withdrawn position. And in the opening 15 minutes, Sweden forced 3 France corners, pressed aggressively, and won the ball back quickly in midfield. But France are not a team that gets rattled. Mbappé had a goal ruled out for offside, a desperately close call that had the French supporters inside the stadium furious for several minutes. And Michael Olise hit the post with a stunning acrobatic bicycle kick that left every single person watching completely breathless. The ball ricocheted back, and Dembélé fired the rebound over the bar, and the Swedes breathed a sigh of relief. But one moment of brilliance cannot be kept out forever when France are this motivated, this clinical, this absolutely relentless. And then came the 45th minute. Just as the referee was about to blow for halftime, France worked a neatly crafted short corner routine on the right-hand side of the Swedish penalty area. The ball found its way to Michael Olise, 5 assists in this tournament already, who played a precise ball through for Mbappé running at full pace from deep. The French captain took one touch, steadied himself, and then with his crossover step, that signature Mbappé move that defenders know is coming and still cannot stop. He shifted the ball onto his right foot and fired a powerful low shot past Jacob Wiedel-Zetterstrom into the bottom corner. 1-0. Mbappé with his 5th goal of the tournament. He wheeled away towards the French supporters, arms spread wide, face lit up with a smile that said everything about what this moment meant to him. France led at halftime. Sweden had been brave and competitive, but now had everything to do. The second half began, and within 8 minutes France had their second goal, and the match was effectively over. Bradley Barcola, The Paris Saint-Germain forward, who had been on the bench for the first half, received a magnificent through ball from Ollis in behind the Swedish defense and ran at full pace onto the pass before clinically placing his shot into the bottom corner of the net. 2-0. Barcola celebrating on his knees in front of the delirious French end of the stadium, teammates charging over from all directions. Sweden were rocking. Isak and Gyökeres, isolated, lacking service, starved of the ball, were having their most frustrating evening of the entire tournament. And then in the 74th minute, Ollis did it again. The Bayern Munich playmaker found the eye of a needle with a perfectly threaded ball through the Swedish defense, releasing Mbappe in behind with just the goalkeeper to beat. And Mbappe, ice cold, completely composed under the most enormous World Cup stage pressure, swept the ball into the far corner of the net. 3-0. His EIGHTNTH World Cup career goal, level with Lionel Messi on 18 all-time World Cup goals. The French bench went absolutely wild, and Mbappe jogged back towards the center circle with the calm of a player who absolutely knew this was coming. Full time, France 3, Sweden 0. And what an absolutely comprehensive, convincing, dominant display from Les Bleus. France made 25 attempts on goal to Sweden's 8, registered an XG of 3.17 compared to Sweden's 0.67, and controlled 53% of possession while making Sweden look completely powerless for large stretches of this match. Kylian Mbappe now has 18 World Cup goals, level with Lionel Messi, and with the round of 16 still to come, the race for the all-time record is going to be one of the most fascinating storylines of the remainder of this tournament. Michael Ollis' 5 tournament assists put him among the top creative forces at this entire World Cup. Bradley Barcola's goal was clinical and composed and showed the extraordinary depth of attacking talent Deschamps has at his disposal. And goalkeeper Mike Maignan kept his 4th clean sheet of this World Cup. Remarkable defensive solidity from a team that is scoring for fun at the other end. France march on to Philadelphia on Sunday to face Paraguay in the round of 16, and after watching this performance, this brilliance, this complete and utter dominance, Paraguay are going to need every single miracle they can find. Sweden leave New Jersey with their heads held reasonably high after reaching the knockout rounds from a group stage that had looked very difficult, but the gulf in class against France was simply impossible to bridge on this particular evening. Graham Potter will rebuild, and Sweden's young squad has the talent to go much further at future tournaments. The 2026 World Cup round of 16 is coming, and it is going to be absolutely electric. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with all your football-loving friends, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our World Cup content. I will see you in the next one. Let's go!